Alright, welcome back, Trails of Cold Steel. So last time we've already talked to everybody, we've played Blade with everybody, so let's stop talking. Which means we are continuing on our way to Rower, I believe, where then we're going to somehow get to the Nord Highlands. $11.50. The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This special express line is bound for Rower. Our next stop is Rower, the terminus of this express line. Please ensure you have all of your belongings with you when you are disembarking the train. Here we are. This is my first visit to the Empire's industrial metropolis. Actually, it's my first time too. I passed through when I first came to the academy. But even then, I couldn't see why people associate it with industry. It feels like the whole city's one big mass of iron. Yeah, it really does have that vibe. What are those cone-shaped towers out in the distance anyway? Oh, those are the orbital generators for the industrial plants. There are tons of large factories in the city, so they need those to create all the orbital energy needed to power them. Wow, really? If I wasn't seeing it for myself, I'd be hard-pressed to imagine a city like this. Do we get a look at it? Looks like a castle. So, Rower of Heimdall. I wonder if we actually disembark here, or if we somehow just get our connection to Nord Islands. Well, we finally made it as far as Rower. We'll need to transfer to a freight line to reach the Nord Islands from here, right? Right. There'll be a freight train leaving from Platform 4 that we need to board. Platform 4 is up the staircase and to the left, I think. Alright, let's not waste any time then. Okay, so up the stairs to the left. Well, there's stairs that way too. Wait, we have a map. Okay, so we have to somehow make it all the way over there. We should probably go both ways. Can we actually... Young man, woman, no names. What about you? Do you guys have names? Old man, secretary, man. Annabelle. Hello, Annabelle. Uh-huh. What about you people? Do you have names? Nope. Traveler. Station staff. Kinda neat that there's like the map here too. So we're in Rower right now, which is to the north. Reen is from Ymir, I think, right? So we're gonna go over towards where, like... Oh, this map is not great. And we have not been to Legram. But we did go to Berea Hard, I think. I don't remember. That doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get a sense of all the areas that we'd visit, but... I think we're on, what, chapter 3 or 4? Chapter 3? I don't remember. Do we even have this map? I wonder. No. Alright, well, that's fine. Come to think of it, it's already past noon. Perhaps we should purchase some lunches for the rest of our journey? Sounds like a plan. We still have another 4 hours to go. We're going to need to eat something between now and dinner. It seems highly unlikely a freight train would be equipped with vending machines or of other comforts either. We'll need to go through the ticket gate then. There's a shop in the main part of the station that sells pre-packed lunches.
Oh, there won't be any need for that. What?
No way.
Sharon? Huh, huh, huh. How did you get here before us? The power of my love for you allows me to do the impossible, my lady. And as you'll see, I've prepared packed lunches for all of you that far surpass this morning's offerings. I do hope you'll enjoy them.
Thanks.
We really appreciate you going to all the trouble to make these for us.
True. That said, I'm really curious how you got here before us.
It seems that the Reinford family's maid enjoys a little amusement at the expense of her employer. I imagine you transferred to an airship in the capital?
Ah.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? You can cut the time from Heimdall to Ruhr in half if you travel by airship, I think.
You got me. I took advantage of the opportunity to borrow the airship's kitchen so I could make your lunches as well. They're quite fresh, so take a moment to savor the taste. Well, thank you.
We really do appreciate all you're doing for us.
Honestly, I knew you had to be up to something. You're not planning on coming all the way to the Nord Highlands with us now, are you?
I'd love to, but unfortunately, I have some other business I must attend to. I may not be able to return to Trista for a while either.
Other business?
Sharon will be assisting me with my work.
Mother?
Hello, Elisa. Ah, you all must be members of Class 7. I'm Elisa's mother, Irina. Also the chairman of the Reinford Group. It's a pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. I'm Reen Schwarzer.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Emma Milstein.
Gaius Warzel. Glad to make your acquaintance.
Eustace Alborea. A pleasure.
I'm glad you're all managing to get along with my obstinate daughter. I wish I could stay a while, but unfortunately I have work that can't wait. Come along, Sharon.
As you wish, Madam Chairman. What?
Seriously? You show up like this and that's all you have to say? It's always work with you, isn't it? You probably didn't even notice I left home until I was already gone. Now it's just, hello, Elisa, and that's it?
My lady.
I do get the impression her relationship with her mother wasn't all sunshine and gumdrops. It seems there's a lot of friction between them.
You can live your life however you see fit. I have no intention of forcing the Reinford Group on you. Even if you decide to follow a certain someone's path and cast aside all sense of responsibility, it's your choice to make. Besides, I still manage to keep myself informed of the general goings-on in your academic life. In the monthly reports I receive from the Academy.
What? I knew Sharon would relay back information about me. But reports from the Academy itself?
Oh, you must not have known. In addition to my other responsibilities, I also sit on the Academy's board of directors.
Oh my, that means...
Just like Rufus.
It does appear that way. I'd certainly deem the chairman of the Reinford Group a canny choice as a member of the board.
The Rhineford Group is heavily involved in the development of the Orbital staff, as well as your Arcus. I must say, I'm quite pleased with the reports I've received on your usage of both. I'm looking forward to seeing the results of this month's field study as well. Do give me some good reading, won't you?
Please excuse us, my lady. Take care during the rest of your journey. Elisa.
You all right?
Not sure what that all means. But her mother probably had a hand in Elisa getting picked for Class 7, I'd assume. I wonder if Reen's father is on the board of directors. Well, we know Rufus and Irene, I don't remember her name. They're probably one of the 3 permanent members. Damn it. I thought I'd finally had her out of my hair, but it looks like she was one step ahead of me this whole time. I take it you and your mother aren't on good terms then? Yeah, I think that was abundantly clear. Things have been rocky between us for a long time now. Once I left home, that was the first step that led me to enrolling in the academy. But how was I supposed to know I'd gone and signed up for the school she sits on the board of directors for? How could I have been so stupid? Why didn't I conduct a more thorough investigation before I made my choice? I don't know what to say. You have our sympathies, I suppose. Is your mother being on the board of directors really such a problem? Well, it's complicated. Usually she seems like she's only interested in her work, but then she'll suddenly start meddling in my life. She says to do just what I want, but it always turns out that wherever I go, she's there ahead of me, just like today. I should have known something was up. The bank account my grandfather gave me to cover my academy expenses hasn't taken a dip since my first day at Thor's. So your mother's been paying your bills the whole time? It does seem like a strong possibility, especially considering her presence on the board of directors. Huh. I can't see what you're grousing about. Most people would be grateful to have a parent display that much interest. What? At least your mother spared the time to come and greet us. At least she showed the slightest trace of interest in you and your classmates. Oh. You, sis. Forget it. Hey, Rufus came and showed some interest. You have a brother, Eustace. Come on. Someone who kind of cares. Well, we just entered a tunnel. The first of many, now that we're going through the mountains. I see. Anyway, how about we dig into these lunches Sharon made for us? That sounds good to me. It seems like she went out of her way to prepare them. Alright. If these are subpar because she had to make do with the airship's kitchen, I won't let her hear the end of it. Huh. Well then, let's dig in. Yes, if we'd gone to the left for Rower, then we would have gone to, I think, Ymir, which is where Reen is from. Wow, so you're going to the Highlands for an academy field study? Sounds like you budding soldiers do some pretty interesting things as part of your training these days. I suppose you could say that. Thor seems quite different from most other military academies in that regard, though. Still, feels pretty neat to see you all dressed up in your uniforms. They look pretty sharp on you. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Even at the academy, Gaius always stands out because of his height. Yeah, he towers over even the second years. Are all people in your settlement of similar height? Nah, I'd say my dad is the only one who really has height on me. My younger brother's fairly short, though. I wouldn't doubt he had another growth spurt coming his way. Has another one. I seem to remember you mentioning you have quite a few siblings. A younger brother and 2 younger sisters, to be exact. They're a little on the shy side, but I hope you'll get along with them. Can do. Still, if you look through the window, it really feels like we're getting close to the Highlands now. Indeed. Man, seeing you kids rushing off on some adventure kinda makes me jealous. Anyway, we're about halfway through the Isengard range now. We should reach Zendergate in 2 hours or so take this time to relax. Thank you. We appreciate the info. It's kind of weird that the conductor would come out and talk to them specifically, but... Did you meet him back in the spring when you were on your way to Trista? Yeah. Made the same trip back then too. We had plenty of time to kill, so he taught me a lot about Erebonian culture. Sounds like a pretty nice guy. I'll bet that served as a pretty useful primer. It was. There's a lot of people I'm thankful to for helping me come this far. The guidance of the winds and the goddess most of all. The winds and the goddess? Classic Gaius. So I guess Zendergate is not in Erebonia, I guess. Hey, that looks like... Well, we ought to be coming out of the last tunnel any time now. I see. Elisa, Eustace, we're almost there. Ah. Oh. So this is... I can only just make it out in the distance, but it looks like that's it. So that's the Nord Highlands. I'll admit, it appears even more breathtaking than I was expecting. I'll be even happier to hear you say so once you've seen it up close. It's probably not all that impressive, but we'll see. 4:30. That's probably the time. I think that was the time they were guessing they'd make it there by. Ah, you've arrived. It's a pleasure to see you again, Lieutenant General. Likewise, it's been months since I last saw you. Seems almost surreal to see you standing there in a military academy uniform. Though this is the first time I've seen the Thor's emblem in red. This is the color they use for my class, Class 7. It looks like he's pretty high up in the Imperial Army. Yeah, I'm betting he's the Lieutenant General in charge of Zendergate. He seems quite close to Gaius. An Imperial General with an eye patch. That seems familiar somehow. These must be your classmates. Indeed. These are about half of my classmates from Class 7. I'm Rean Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. Lisa Reinford, sir. I'm Emma Milstein, sir. Eustace Alberea. It's an honor. Seems like your classmates are an interesting bunch, as I'd heard. Lieutenant General Zex Vander. I am Zex Vander, commanding officer of the Imperial Army's 3rd Armored Division. Pleased to finally meet you. One-Eyed Zex? So you're one of the guardians of the Anor family. Oh, it seems some of you already know of me? A guardian of the Anor family? Ah, now I remember. The Vanders are a celebrated military family responsible for the protection of the Imperial family. And One-Eyed Zex Vander is said to be one of the Imperial Army's finest generals. They say the Vander and Arseed schools of swordsmanship are the 2 most renowned styles in Erebonia. It's truly an honor to meet you, sir. I'm just a military man, hardly deserving of quite that level of praise. I'd love to hear about all of you and your excursion to the Highlands, but unfortunately we don't have the time. You should set out as soon as possible if you want to reach the settlement by nightfall. I agree. Were you able to take care of all the arrangements? I did, rest assured. What arrangements? We need to head out now if we want to reach Gaius' home by sundown, right? Right, which is why I asked the Lieutenant General to arrange some transportation for us. Alright, just follow me and I'll show you the way. I'm assuming it's horses, because Nord Highland horses, but we'll see. Wow. It's simply breathtaking. I had no idea a land so beautiful lay at the far end of the railway. Honestly, I suppose words are woefully insufficient in the face of such majesty. I'm glad to hear you think so. Looks like I was right about the horses. Oh, I want the white one. But that one's probably going to go for Emma. We'll see. Well, there's only 4 horses, though. Horses? Are you saying we're to travel to the settlement on horseback? The Highlands are way too vast to cover in any reasonable length of time on foot. You'll be fine. You're a member of the riding club, and Reen and Elisa both have riding experience, right? Yeah, I think I can manage. I learned back at home, so I should be okay as long as we aren't making any trick jumps or anything. I'm afraid I've never ridden a horse before. Not a problem. You can just hitch a ride on the back of someone else's horse. Elisa would probably be the best choice considering the balance of weight. I can do that. Is that alright with you, Emma? Yes, although I do feel a little nervous. Let's mount up at once then. Okay, steady now, steady. This is a fine horse. Are you doing okay back there, Emma? Yes, I'm fine, I think. Make sure to hold on tight when we start moving. Should be a fun trip. They are all top quality horses raised here in the Highlands. At a good clip, one should be able to reach the settlement in under an hour. Oh, and before I forget, I'm sure Gaius won't have much need of this, but the rest of you should take a map of the Highlands. A map? Wow. Such a high level of detail. It looks as though the Army's surveying expertise is put to good use. Indeed, I hope it'll prove useful during your field study. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, that's about it for me. You should be heading out. May the blessing of the winds and the goddess be with you. Give my regards to the elder and Lakin. We will. Thank you for seeing us off, sir. If you'll excuse us then. I wonder if I actually get to ride the horse or if it's just like a cutscene.
This is worlds apart from the bustle of the city.
It really is. I feel like I'm one with the wind.
Indeed, but if you didn't go too fast, that would be great.
I'm sure it will feel natural in time. No doubt the riding club would be fuming with envy if they could see us now.
I'll bet.
Anyway, my home settlement is due northeast of here. Hopefully we'll be able to reach it before sundown.
Right.
Let's move!
How to ride the horse. I wonder if it's like are largely the same as those for regular movement. And you dash with the R1 button.
Yeah!
Okay. Neat. Very big map. Very, very, very big map. Oh, wow. Okay, so we'll take a break here. Next time we'll head on over to the settlement and meet Gaius' family, I guess. So as always, thanks for watching, and until next time.